Thank you so much, Nelly. And hello and welcome again to the IWiM 2024 celebrations. As Nelly said, we're going to attempt to explore the concept of belonging. We're lucky to have four amazing and talented panelists lined up. We're going to have Chelsea Williams, who's the Director of Digital Operations from Teck. We have Sura Alshear from Kinross, who's a Senior Director of Cybersecurity. We also have Rebecca Peacock, who's the GM Concentrator for ArcelorMittal. And lastly, we also have Sushma Nainawat from Sandvik, who's the Associate Vice President Sales. Belonging in a workplace is really vital to performance, innovation, and retention, and starts with executive commitment. Yet generations of mining executives have turned somewhat of a blind eye to how people, and that is especially people of diverse backgrounds, fit in with their culture. Today, belonging is one of the biggest buzzwords in the business. And as we all know, this year's theme of IWiM is I am mining and I belong. But what does this mean? From a personal point of view, having worked in an industry for some 3 decades and being lucky enough to have worked in over 50 countries, I've experienced a great diversity of cultures. And I believe that belonging is deeply personal, but also subjective. And a lack of belonging can significantly impact our mental well-being. The uncomfortable fact, as we've already said earlier, is our industry has historically been male, but also predominantly white. So throughout my career, I've had to adapt and learn to fit in to the dominant culture. So to me, belonging is a basic emotional need, connecting us to our work, our peers, and our environment. It is a sense of being a part of something greater than ourselves. At its core, it's a belief about being connected, supported, and respected. Belonging in the workplace is an employee's sense that their uniqueness, as Nelly mentioned, is accepted and even treasured in their organization and by their colleagues, and is also an accumulation of day-to-day emotions, experiences that enables a person to feel safe and bring their full, unique self to work. Earlier, I mentioned I've always tried to fit in, especially early in my career. I had to carefully assess every situation and constantly adapt to become who I needed to be accepted. But belonging doesn't require us to change who we are. It requires us to be who we are, to retain our uniqueness and stay true to our personality. Forcing employees to change behaviors and that misalign with their authentic values is one way companies will see increased absenteeism, reduced morale, turnover, poor attraction, etc. So as the market for top talent continues to tighten on industry, more and more leaders are asking, what can they do to cultivate a genuine sense of belonging, especially from those from diverse backgrounds? So with this in mind, let's turn to our great panelists. So I'm going to ask them some questions. And as we said, we haven't got a Q&A session later, but I hope through these discussions we'll capture a lot. So my first question I'd like to pose is, in terms of belonging, how have you innovated throughout your career, and what has worked and what lessons can you share? And perhaps we can start with Chelsea.
Thanks, Kevin, and thanks to everyone for joining the call today. Feeling really grateful to be on the panel and celebrating all our women of mining. As my own journey in mining, I tell my story in 2 chapters, and each one has its own innovation. Early in my career, I worked in operations across Australia as a metallurgist. One of the big innovative moments for me in that time was being the first female wash plant supervisor, a wash plant that had been in operation for 30 years. Later in my career, I made a change into technology. Initially, I was focused on leading digital transformation. I worked at mining operations across Australia, Africa, South America, and Canada. And now with Teck, my teams deploy technology to keep our haul trucks and our plants running. I joke that I'm the metallurgist who was lent to technology and never went back. But really, that pivot was another innovation in my career. What I've learned from innovating in my career, which is really true of any innovation, is it's often uncomfortable. Personally, it can be uncomfortable, being that only female on the crew. And for others, I've observed people can be scared of change, scared of something different. But in my experience, once people know you as a person, a lot of that fear just drops away. So the learning for everyone is to be courageous, push through the discomfort, be curious, focus on connecting with people. And so now as a leader of teams, I create space where people see each other as people. One of the fun ways I do that is using pictures. And so Every Monday, I post a picture of my weekend. Every monthly town hall meeting, I start with a picture too. I show my family, my hiking adventures, my cats. I show who I am. In response to that, my team share their pictures too. I see pictures of dads taking their daughters to air shows or families celebrating Persian New Year. It's these seemingly small things done consistently that create belonging. And honestly, like Kevin said, create stronger teams who drive better outcomes for the companies they work within. Thanks, Kevin. Back to you.
Thank you, Chelsea. Great response. Can I throw the same question to Sura, please? Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. And I'm very honored and humbled to be here today and participate in this important event to share my story. Thank you for having me. My experience of belonging began when I moved from Iraq to Canada 15 years ago. When I arrived, my main goal was to integrate with the Canadian society. I knew I had to learn the new culture, the norms, the rules as a newcomer. But to feel that I was part of this society, the responsibility was not only mine. I also needed my fellow Canadians to accept me and make me feel welcomed. They had to help me belong. So this early experience as an immigrant helped me when I entered the Canadian workforce. I recognized that it was my responsibility at first to integrate with the new workplace and show my coworkers who I am and what I can do. I joined Kinross 13 years ago as a network engineer. I was the only woman in a team of almost 10. I worked very hard alongside my teammates. I demonstrated strong skills, passion, and commitment, and I earned their trust. And sure enough, a few years later, I was given a great opportunity to assume the role of IT security manager. I was trusted with an important task, creating the cybersecurity program for the organization at the time when the mining industry had to prioritize managing cyber risk for the first time, which was not traditionally a material risk in the sector. And then again, a new trend emerged in the industry for cloud computing. I recognized and I received another mandate to build a secure cloud computing program for the organization. The mining industry may seem like a place where women do not feel they belong, but if you take the initiative and show people who you are and what you can do, many doors will open for you quickly, just as they did for me. Thank you, Kevin.
So that was a great response. Thank you so much. I'm going to move to the second question now. So this is going to be towards Rebecca and Sushma. So both of you, can you sort of please give me examples of how you have experienced and or fostered belonging in your workplace? And what we would like to hear is some sharing of successes, but also mistakes, because that's how we learn. So maybe Rebecca, you could go first. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Good day, everyone. It's truly an honor to join you online as we celebrate the remarkable achievement and contributions of women in mining industry. I am mining and I belong is a profound theme. Belonging begins with embracing my unique identity and the rich perspective I bring to the table. At ArcelorMittal Liberia, being part of the Talent Acceleration Program, an internal mentorship initiative has allowed me to grow personally and help others find their places in this industry. This program aimed at accelerating the development of local talent has been instrumental in fostering a sense of belonging. Creating an inclusive environment goes beyond personal achievements. It necessitates proactive efforts to build a culture where everyone feels valued and respected. During my tenure at Mineral, for instance, I spearheaded initiatives promoting inclusive inclusion through sports activities, gym sessions, and language clubs, thereby enhancing team morale and fostering a supportive atmosphere. Yet, amid these successes, I have faced challenges that tested my resilience and determination. One poignant experience occurred during my time in Mauritania, where I was the only woman in the mine camp. An incident during a lunch meeting where inappropriate assumptions were made deeply shook me. However, rather than succumbing to doubt, I used this adversity to fuel my commitment to cultivating workplaces where respect and inclusivity prevail. Keeping a record of my achievements and positive feedback became a powerful tool in combating imposter syndrome and celebrating my success. Like many women in this industry, my career has not been without its challenges and failures. I've seen women being bullied or perceived to be in relationships with their management when they excel. One significant setback for me occurred when I was promised a role that was ultimately given to someone I had hired and worked closely with as a preparation for him to replace me. The reason was, it is tough on the other side. This experience was a harsh reminder of the biases that still exist in our industry. While it was painful and led me to leave a job I loved, it taught me the importance of advocating for myself and seeking clarity in professional agreements. Despite the setbacks, I sought mentorship from women leaders on various mining boards, which provided invaluable guidance and support. Their mentorship helped me navigate the complexities of my career and reinforce my belief in the importance of fostering an inclusive environment. Among my proudest achievements is the successful implementation of sustainable mining practices, digitalization projects, and innovative improvement projects at CAS Minerals. These initiatives not only enhance operational efficiencies, but also underscore the importance of environmental stewardship. Additionally, I take pride in mentoring young professionals. Some of my mentees who were initially not even English speakers worked tirelessly to improve their language skills and presented innovation projects at international conferences. Their successes showcase the potential of inclusive leadership.
Thank you, Rebecca. We just think we cut you off at the end there. I think something happened with the tech, but I think we heard you just till the end. Sushma, could you go for the same question?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kevin. And hello, everyone. I feel both privileged as well as delighted to be part of this event. So thank you so much for having me here. I would like to split the question in two parts. First, throughout my entire career journey, I have experienced a sense of belongingness in every workplace. It's just you have to feel it from inside. For instance, when I began my career in mining, in my organization, they took the bold step. They are the one who hired me as a first female sales engineer or sales manager in mining in India. So that was very bold step from the company side. And this opportunity made me feel responsible and confident. This gave me confidence that I can go into the mining further as a career. Not only did the organization trusted me, but our customer also welcomed the decision. So that's the change actually helped me to grow in my career and accepting me as a leader. So this trust played a really crucial part in my professional journey. Later, Sandvik also entrusted me with the critical activities like taking care of the negotiation with the valuable client, representing the company at the bigger forums. Like now, today I'm here. When I joined Sandvik, I was the only female business line manager in the entire division. But over the time, I started my journey as one division, but they have given me another two more divisions. So that's how I started feeling belongingness in the workplace, right? So the confidence, the opportunity, the equal opportunity to work and participate in the work has helped me to create the belongingness with the company. So that really helped me professionally. And I think this equal opportunity to work has been instrumental in my growth, both professionally as well as personally. The second question, I think everyone is having a success story, and that's why we all are here and celebrating Women in Mining India today, Women in International Women in Mining. So that's the success story everyone is having. But I would like to focus here on the mistake side, where actually turn out to be success for me. As a strong believer in learning from mistake, I would like to share one incident today. When I was new to the company in Sandvik, that's a very recent example. I unintentionally offered solution to the customer which was not actually available. And that was, I was thinking, oh my God, it's really a big mistake. I don't know how I'll handle the situation, how I'll handle the business case. So what we did, we just called everybody in the same room and we just started doing the brainstorming session. And quickly, with help of everyone's ideas and bringing everyone on the same platform, we realized that we can come up with an innovative solution. And when we rolled out the solution, which we never thought can exist, as a team, we just implemented the same. And finally, we just not address the customer requirement, but also led us to winning the entire deal. So that was the thing happened. So this mistake turned out to be great success and game changer for entire India industry. So that's really great experience I have. Over to you, Kevin.
Thank you. That was great. Now, for our final question, it'd be great if all of you could answer this one, because this is really hopefully going to be even more important for our audience. So moving forward, what is one action everyone can do more daily to support breaking ground to increase belonging? So I'd like you all to think about that, and what tidbits can you give our audience? So let's throw it over to Chelsea first. The pressure's on.
Thanks, Kevin. No, I do like this question because I really do believe it's a lot of small things done consistently that create belonging. And I'm sure a lot of people on the call can relate to that. Others may not. So let me describe my experience of belonging, or actually the opposite, the feeling of being excluded. And so all of these are real life examples from over my career. I wake up in the morning and I put men's pants on because there's no women's uniform. There's no female change room, so I get changed in a supply closet. I receive an email that's addressed to gents. I walk into a meeting room and someone says, "You must be the new co-op," when I'm actually the most senior person in the room. Or when I stepped into a new role, someone asks, "Are you qualified for that?" And so individually, all these things seem small, but together, all these small signals stack up to create that feeling that you don't belong. And so for me personally, what has been most impactful is the words that people say. When I heard those words, I doubted myself and just never felt quite comfortable sitting in the room. And those feelings are really distracting. More often than not, those words are said with no bad intention. They're typically off the cuff. And over the years, I've learned how to manage those situations calmly, but it's difficult. It takes a lot of self-awareness and, to be transparent, at times some emotional restraint. And it's not something that I would wish that, anyone has to deal with. So to increase belonging, generally I would say reduce those small signals. But as individuals, the one thing everyone can do is take accountability for what you say. Be aware of the impact words can have. Think before you talk. And when you make a mistake, because we all do, like I've done it, say sorry and take accountability by learning from that mistake. We're talking about breaking ground today, innovation, failing fast. Pushing through that discomfort and learning from those mistakes is really what it's all about. So Kevin, Chelsea's top tidbit to increase belonging: as a company, reduce those small signals, and as individuals, take accountability for what you say. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you. You heard it first here. Right, let's move to Sura, please. Same question.
To me, it's the simple act of kindness that goes a long way. To feel we belong, we need to feel appreciated. We need to feel we are a part of a community in the workplace. We are more than just resources doing a job to be paid. Simply say good morning to your coworker as you walk in. Ask them about their weekend. Thank them for their work. Tell them how much you appreciate having the chance to work with them and learning from them. And also be generous and help them learning something from you as well. And if you are in a position of leadership, do your best to create learning opportunities for your team members. Sometimes we mistakenly associate a growth opportunity with a promotion. It's very hard to promote everyone in your team, but it's much easier to create learning opportunities for all, to empower them and help them maximize their potential. That's, to me, it's something as simple as that is how you increase belonging. Thank you, Kevin.
Sorry, I couldn't find my mute button there. Thank you so much, Sura. That was great. Rebecca, what are you going to give us?
Yeah, looking ahead, one action everyone can take daily to support breaking ground and increase belonging is to practice active listening and foster an environment of respect. It is essential that respect is not associated with gender or age, but it is given based on the value and potential each individual brings. Being in a place where you are valued, trusted, and supported by your male counterparts from day one can make a significant difference. Trust that the right person was hired, offer support to ensure they feel included and believe in their ability to deliver. Too often, women face discriminations. They are called names or are judged prematurely. This can be disheartening, and if one is not strong or resilient, they can easily quit. I've seen this happen, and it underscores the importance of creating an inclusive and supportive environment from the onset. Active listening plays a crucial role in this. By genuinely listening to the experiences and ideas of others, we can create an environment where everyone feels valued and understood. This simple yet powerful act can foster inclusion, drive innovation, and build a stronger, more cohesive team. In conclusion, for me, belonging in mining is an evolving journey of self-acceptance, advocacy, and resilience. By embracing who we are, fostering inclusive environment, learning from our failures, and celebrating our successes, we can create a space where everyone can proudly say, I am mining and I belong. Together, we can shape a future in mining that is diverse, inclusive, and empowering for all. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you. That was another amazing response. Sushma, the pressure's on. We've had 3 excellent responses and some great tips. So you're the last one to sort of help us. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm out of responses now. Everyone has talked so well. But I think everyone knows who is part of this event, knows the challenges with mining, what we are facing it and what we have to do, what are the next steps. But for me, the most and very critical part is empathy. I think we need to promote the empathy a lot. It's very, very essential. We need to encourage the open dialogue to understand each other's pain, to understand each other, what we are going. If we promote the communication and if we promote the open dialogue, if we start celebrating the differences, I think things will automatically fall in place. So it's about giving feedback, receiving feedback, understand the other person's emotions, so everything. So it's all about, it's a multiple things. It's just not one thing we had to change. It is a part of series. We have to do one thing, then the second thing falls into the place, and the third. But we need to start understanding each other in a better way. That's the only thing from my side. Thank you, Kevin.
So it's the only thing. That was powerful as well. Thank you all panelists. Look, hopefully through this panel, short it was, we've sort of helped show that the culture of belonging in the workplace really does matter. It empowers enthusiasm, stimulates creativity. It impacts business performance and well-being, and it is necessary to bring out the best of everyone at work. So we've learned at the end here, we had some great tidbits that the small negative acts, it can be like death by 1,000 cuts. So the small things do matter, and we need to help folks recognize them and learn from them. I think we have also heard that we've all can work towards fostering a better sense of community. That active listening is really important, so we can create opportunities all the time to increase belonging. I think I've talked about the active listening, but I'll say it again. A lot of these things that the panelists said at the end, in particular, seem obvious and seem simple, but do we all practice them every day, and do our colleagues do? And I think, as we said at the end, that empathy and everything else is important. Look, just to wrap up, foundationally, belonging requires trust, accountability, humility, and empathy, and authentic recognition of everyone's uniqueness. And that's really what we're about today. So thank you all again from all over the world. Thank you, IWiM, and I'll hand back to Nelly. Thank you so much.